So we're back at it trying to make this thing work some more. All right. Last time, let me just show you. Last time, look right here. It's 7:50 a.m. on the 10th. The last video I made, we were working at yesterday at like 9:35 a.m. Right. So, you know, usually I do these live, you know, like record them live, you know. But this time, you know, I was like, I really got to get this. I really got to put out some actual success with you guys. And so I took a lot of yesterday to figure out, even during the Super Bowl. I wasn't watching the Super Bowl. I wasn't going to watch it anyway. But yeah. Well, we're at a point now. So let me show you what I figured out. What we're going to do. All right. So over here, we've got this guy, Artindi, and he's showing us how to drag and drop in Godot. Okay. And so basically first thing I can see is that we have a completely different structure than this guy. This guy has a node 2D and then a bunch of controls. And if you watch the video, it turns out this is the way. This is the way along with this function and two others. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is set up a new scene with this structure right here. So let's do that first. And I kind of remember it, so this might go a little fast, hopefully. So let's do a new scene, new scene. All right. It's going to be a node 2D right there. And then we're going to go and we're going to do like some control stuff. So let's come over here. So we're going to have a control and then an HBox container. Okay. So let's say control A and then put control, boom. And then we'll do control A, HBox container, boom. And then the last thing we're going to be putting in there, well, not really last thing. We're going to have 3 center containers. Not 4, because I'll show you in a second. We're going to have 3 center containers with text buttons as their children. All right. So let's do that. We're going to have let's do control A, center container right there. Then go up 1, control A, center container up 2, control A, center container up 2, control A. We're going to do, what was it? Hold on. Texture button. All right. Texture button. Your button, this one right here. All right. And then we'll come down to this one. Control A. Texture. Come on now. Control A. Texture button. There we go. And then go down 1, control A, enter. All right. And basically what this is doing is we're making these buttons. We're going to put, let's run the code real quick. We're going to put these buttons. We're going to put buttons over each one of these. We're going to turn, right now they're, what are they right now? Right now they're these sprite 2Ds. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually, make buttons out of them. Now, why are there 3 buttons? Because we have to have, let's run the thing again. We have to have these, we have to have blank buttons on these ones for these to replace. So basically, we're not actually moving the sprite or the buttons or anything. We're just toggling this one on. We're going to have a drag to go here, and then this one's going to toggle off once we start dragging. And then once we release here, this one will toggle on. Okay. So it's just an illusion. We're not actually moving things in a physical sense. We're actually just making the illusion of movement. Okay. And that's going to be a lot of our programming, is making the illusion, because just like camera tricks, just like everything, it's a lot cheaper to program a dinosaur than to find a dinosaur. You know what I'm saying? And there we go. you know, of course, there's better times to do physical stuff or to actually move things. I don't know when, but we'll figure that out later. Anyway, that's the game plan here. So now that we've done this, what we're going to do is we're going to assign these pictures, these pieces to these textures over here. So let's go over to texture button 1. We're going to go to textures right here, and we're just going to toss this into normal. So which one do we want in there? Let's do red on the first one. So red's going to go to normal right there. We'll have the black one on this one. Where's the black one? Black piece. Whoa, 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 whoa. Drop this down, toss this on normal, and then the third one we don't need anything. So let's change the name of the first one to red so we can access it later. We'll come down here to this one and name it black, and then this one will make it blank. Blank. Boom. All right, there we go. So now that we got that, what's next? We got to put these on the board. Actually, yeah, we got to put these on the board. So, how do we do that? We're going to have to make a brand new, we're going to have to make a couple of new things that I already forgot about. So let's come back over here. Actually, I've got a ChatGPT, not a ChatGPT, a DeepSeek open.
Different stage of the...
With the thing. Because look, this is what this guy does. He does get, drag, slot, and all this stuff. And maybe we're going to need to do slot at some point. I don't know. I don't think we will actually. But we're going to have a completely different data structure than this one. But I do have a DeepSeek with that stuff in it. So give me just a second while I pull that up. Listen to me stall with some words. La 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 la. Oh, some notes and some singing. La 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 la. How do I do DeepSeek while I'm trying to stall for time? Yeah, 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 yeah. And there we go. All right. So here we go. We got this right here, and this one I had to go through quite a bit, and I did a ton of ChatGPTs and Gemini's too, but for some reason DeepSeek was the big winner. So yeah. Here's what we're going to have to do. No, I don't even think that's it. So, okay. So this is extending the node 2D. No, I don't think that we needed to do that. What is this? All right, look how to access a texture in the texture button node in Godot 4.3. Okay, let's go through this. So in 4.3, we can access the texture of a texture button by using its texture normal property. So we're going to be accessing this right here, textures normal. Okay, let's go back and see what else it says. This property holds the texture that it displayed when the button is in its normal state. For example, not pressed or hovered. So here's how we can access it. We can do var texture button equals, and then we'll say $ looking for the texture button. In our case, it would be like $ red, $ black, whatever. And here's the modifying the texture. If we want to modify it, we would say new texture equals preload, and then a path to a different PNG, right? So this one is the PNG we already plugged in, and this one is just some other PNG in the folder. All right. So here's a complete example that demonstrates accessing and modifying the texture of a texture button, right? So we would do extend node TD, have it ready. Texture button equals this texture button. Var current texture equals texture button dot texture normal. Okay. What is that? Why would we do that? Texture button dot texture normal. Oh yeah. Because this texture button is the button itself. This node, right? But the node has different textures: normal, pressed, hover, whatever. So normal is going to be the one for us. and then load new texture, var new texture equals this, and then there we go. So pretty cut and dry stuff. Note, texture normal is the default texture used by the texture button. If we want to access or modify textures for other states, these we would say texture.press, or no, pardon me, texture underscore press, texture underscore hover. So just like that. I don't know if I've probably been saying dot the whole time. I don't care. That's what I meant. Texture hover, whatever. All right. So now show me what needs to be in the get drag data at position vector 2 virtual function, right? So in Godot, the get drag data virtual function is used to define what data should be returned when a drag operation is initiated from a control. For example, a texture button. What was okay, EG is, for example, IE. What is IE? I don't know. I don't even know. Anyway, I don't care. Okay. For example, texture button. This function is typically used in custom controls to implement drag and drop functionality. True. For a texture button, we might want to return the texture or some other data when the user starts dragging. Okay. So we would do something like this. Extends texture button, func get drag data at position vector 2. If texture normal, okay, so if the thing that's getting dragged is a texture normal, we would do var preview texture rect equals new, okay? So we would make a new texture and we would say preview texture equals texture normal. So now the thing that this preview is basically what's at the tip of our cursor, okay? And so the preview now looks like what the thing was. So if we come over here, let me show you. So basically, if we clicked this thing and it started moving with us, the thing that started moving would be the texture normal, would be the preview.texture normal. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. It wouldn't be the actual texture. It would be the thing we're making to make it look like we grabbed it. You get what I'm saying? So that's that. And then preview expand mode. Expand ignore size. I don't really know what that does. I don't know what stretch is either. Keep aspect centered. I don't know what that is either. We'll have to tinker with that to see what that is. Preview custom minimum size. Okay. And then sets a reasonable size for the preview. Set drag preview, I guess. I don't know. We'll see what all this is because we can change all of it. And then return texture normal. And if it's not texture normal, we just return null. We just return null for this because it has to return. This particular virtual function has to return something, even if it's null. So let's see. Well, actually, look at this. Check for texture. Yeah, so this is going to check if it's valid. Create a drag preview. So the texture rect is created to serve as a visual preview during the drag operation. True. The texture property of the texture rect is set to the texture normal of the texture button. True. So the property is, pardon me, this property, the texture property of this is now this, which was the thing that we uploaded. In our case, the red button, the red piece. You know, the set drag preview function is used to set this texture rec to the drag as the drag preview. Where's that? Set. What? Oh, this. Excuse me? I guess these are all the properties of it. Yeah, okay, my bad. So these are all the properties of it, and then this is actually initializing the thing. Okay. So we're setting up the properties, then we're initializing. Okay, makes sense. All right, let's go back to down here. All right. Return the drag. So they didn't tell us about those properties, but we'll figure them out later. Return the drag data. The function returns the texture normal as the drag data. This data can be used by other controls or functions that handle the drop operation. Okay. And then, so return drag data. Yeah. So that's basically it. return texture normal. What? Texture normal. Huh? Return texture normal. What? Why would we do that? Okay. The function returns the texture normal. I guess all that stuff, as even set drag preview, is getting set on texture normal. I guess that's what that is. And this data can be used by other controls or functions that handle the drop operations and return null if there's no texture. So if there's no texture, the function will return null, indicating no drag operation should occur. True. All right. So to handle the drop, we would typically implement the can drop data at position vector 2. Okay. And I haven't gotten into this yet, so we'll deal with that later. Let's deal with this first. So first things first, let's come back over here and look at this just a little bit more. All right. So here's a little trick that I don't know if he went over it or not, but you can see all 4 of these share this one Godot script. Okay, so we're going to just make a texture button Godot script, and we're going to share that texture button Godot script across all 2 of our 3, because we don't need anything for the blank, across 2 of our 3 texture buttons. Maybe. Anyway, we'll get into all this. We'll do this. All right, so let's start off with that. Let's do that right now. So we're on blank. Let's go over to red. Let's save this thing. Control S. Wait, where are we? What is this? This is node. Okay, Control S. Save it as node 2D. No. Cancel. Pieces. All right. Also, we're going to get rid of this piece right here. We're going to actually delete the text scene because we don't need this anymore. Yeah, remove. We already don't have the... Get us out of here. Don't save. We already don't have the pieces script here, so that's fine. Let's come over here. Let's save it. Control S, pieces, save. All right. All right, so now that we got that, what are we doing? Let's slap a script on this. Script. What was it called? Texture something? Texture button. Texture button. All right. Not desired. Texture button. Hold on. What did old boy say? Texture button. Godot. Having the script name be the same as a built-in type, it would have been that. Whoa, hold on. All right, cancel. Let's try that again. All right, plus script, red. Okay, yeah, texture button. Texture button. Because, I mean, if it was texture button, it would be texture button anyway. See, watch. All right, and then do a script on that. Watch. So, you know, oh no, it would be like that. Let's copy that, cancel. Come over here. Let's turn that back. Let's do this. Let's type that in, and let's create it. There we go. All right, so here we go. We don't need any of this, do we? All right, let's go look. This guy has add to group draggable, but I don't think we even do that. I think that's his deal. So let's take this ready out of here, because over here it doesn't say anything about ready. In fact, let's just take this, copy this, and then let's Control A, Control V. All right. So let's see if this works to start off with. Run it. Couldn't save. couldn't be satisfied. Piece.textscene. All right, it's not piece.textscene. It's pieces.textscene. All right. Also, we can't even do this because we haven't initialized it. Ah, crap. I forgot about that. Yeah, we're going to have to change this stuff up too a little bit. All right, let's run it again. See what's the next thing. All right, so we... yeah, I remember. I remember. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to have to change all this stuff up too a little bit. Because now it's not like that. Sort of. Because this isn't it anymore. However, we did go through this. I did go through this whole thing. We figured it out. Okay. I should have rehearsed this better, huh? A lot better. Anyway, this ended up being the whole thing. There's that. Crap. Ugh. Anyway, I kind of don't even want to do this. I kind of want to just take what I already got and just bring it over. Honestly. And you know what? Oh, that's always an option. Open a local folder. Open a project or solution. Open a local folder. Let's go and find it. Let's go to Checkers Rough. Select folder. All right. Now let's go through this. File. Open file. Yeah. Here we are. In Checkers, let's go up one. Let's go to Checkers Rough. And let's look at board.gd. Gotcha. All right. So yeah, this is a little bit different than the board.gd, but also we're taking it. I don't care. I'm not redoing this whole thing just for this video. I'm going to show you that I figured it. Okay, so we changed. Let's see. We can at least go play by play. Okay, Control Shift Z. All right. So it's still the same up here. We're still loading squares. We're doing pieces.textscene. We still got the tile size and the board size. We're still doing the draw checkerboard, initialize board, but we're doing 3 sets of for loops now. Okay. We're doing red, we're doing black, and we're doing blank in the middle. Okay, so we got range 3 to 5. Do the same thing we did for red and black. Then we've got the draw checkerboard, which is a little bit different, actually, probably. Let's go see. Yeah, checkerboard, draw checkerboard looks like this. Oh no, it's the same. Oh yeah. No, this is the same. It's still the drawing the checkerboard is still the same thing. So here's the difference. New place piece. So place piece over here is looking like this. We got a new piece equals piece scene dot instantiate. Okay, and piece scene is this thing up here when we load the pieces dot text scene. Okay, and then let's just go to the other one. Anyway, so we're instantiating the piece scene, but we also have piece node equals null because we're going to be using this later. So we're going to say if color equals red, all right, if the color that's passed into this, because we're doing place piece in initialize board, and we're going to be using either red, black, or blank, okay? So if color is red, we're going to place node. We're going to say place node equals new node pardon me, new piece dot get node, new piece, this instantiation dot get node, and then we're just going to use this. We're going to say like, we're going to right click this and say copy node path, and that'll give us the same node path right here. I'm doing a control V right there, and you can see it's the same thing. Nothing changed. Oh no, it changed a little bit. Yeah, oh yeah, it changes a little bit because in the other one, container, the black and white are switched. So let's switch this up. Let's put a 2 here. All right, cool. Good thing we were doing that. so elif color equals black, we'll do the black, and then if color equals blank, we'll throw the blank one on there. Okay. And as we can see up here, we've got red, black, and blank right here when we call the place piece function. And then if piece node, all right, if piece node exists, if this got replaced with something like this, we're going to say get parent dot remove child piece node, and this is going to detach from the old parent. Okay. Piece node dot owner equals null, so we're going to unset owner to prevent issues. Okay, so we're going to have to do that too. I don't know exactly why. We can go over that though. And then we're going to add child, which is actually slapping this on the board right there. That's what the add child does. And then we're also going to make sure that the place node dot position of it is going to be the board position times the tile size plus half of the difference between the tile size and the piece size. The tile size is 64. The piece size is 52. So that's a delta or a spread of 12, a difference of 12, and then divide that by 6, and that'll center the thing, right? I mean, excuse me, divide that by 2, subtract it by 6, and then we get the position. That's how that works. Although we should have not hard coded it, but I don't know how to do that right now, and I don't really care. So yeah, there's that. So let's see if this works now. Let's run this. Okay, we've got 5 things to debug. Does this work? But we see we can actually drag it though. So let's go debug this real quick, and then let's, yeah. Couldn't save scene, likely something. Whatever. Let's go to the errors. Parameter app position is never used. All right, so that really doesn't matter. So we're just going to ignore that one. Cannot do piece scene. Piece scene. Where's this at? It's got to be in. It's got to be in. It has got to be in board. Piece scene. Where you at? Oh, is it in main? No. Piece scene. Oh, is it in? It's still in board. Okay, let's get this out of here. Yeah. Run it again. Okay, one more, and I think it's that thing we can ignore. Parameter app position is never used, and that's talking about this right here. Whatever, no big deal. So now that we got that, we'll figure out how to use this later. But right now, let's slap this thing, this script on black, and that should be it. We're not putting it on blank because we don't need to. We don't need to draw blank things. So let's run it again. All right, and you can see we can do that. But you can also see that these things are not disappearing. So, luckily, fortunately, that's not luck. That's not luck. Anyway, here we go. Fortunately, we've got, I think I talked about it to ChatGPT and it told me. Or to this thing. All right, what do I got to do to make the original texture disappear when it's being dragged? All right. So I had to do pseudocode, but we don't really need that right now. We can look at the real code. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to have original texture equal texture normal. Okay. If texture normal, and then we're going to make texture normal equal null. Okay. So we're going to make the texture that was on the board. That's what this is. No longer be there. Actually, we should change it. Right. We need to change this to blank, actually, not null. But yeah, let's do that. Let's do this real quick. So this is where the cutting edge is as far as my my technological expertise goes. All right, so let's do this. Let's come in here and let's drop this. All right, texture equals normal. It's going to be just like when we do bubble sorting. Texture equals normal. Let's say var. Original texture equals texture normal. All right. So now let's say texture normal now equals null for now, but we'll change that. That's just to get that red thing over there. Let's ask. What time is it? 31? Yeah, we got a few more minutes. Okay. Instead of changing texture normal to null, we want to change it to the blank button texture. The blank button's non-texture. Non-texture. Right? I hope it does. Okay. Oh my God. I can't believe this is working. People must be recovering from the Super Bowl. That's what it's got to be. Because it should not, the DeepSeek should not be working at 8 something in the morning. All right. Got it. Instead of doing that, okay, we can lose the pseudocode. All right. Come on now. Blank texture. Okay, let's bring this in. We'll preload the blank texture. Whoa. We don't need to do that. Okay, so basically, there's, oh, never mind. Never mind. Okay, so look. What? Oh, yeah. Okay, so look. When we move the piece from one square to the next, I just want to toggle different buttons. However, should we just make one button and have, no, we can't. Do you understand? To different colors or blank. Do you understand? Let's see if it understands. Let's see if we're going to get lucky twice. Also Stop with the pseudo code until I say otherwise. All right. I guess I just got lucky and the luck ran dry. So anyway, since the advisor isn't available right now because it's 8:26 in the morning and we just got lucky for one and a piece of another one. That's going to be it for right now. Come on, one more time. Let's see. Anyway, that's going to be it for right now, unless this thing shows up. It ain't going to show up. It's freaking 8:30 in the morning, and if, you know, I can, okay, they were a little late to the office. That's what it was. That's what it was. That's all it was. Because of the Super Bowl. Anyway, so yeah. So we've got this going on right now. Oh. Oh. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Let's get this original texture. Copy this. And then we're going to say preview texture doesn't equal texture normal because texture normal is null now. We're going to say it now equals original texture, which was what texture normal used to be. All right. So let's run it one more time. See if we can. And there we go. This is exactly where I am on the other one. What are we supposed to do about this? But at least it's something. At least we're doing something. I don't like how the cursor is not in the not exactly where we clicked, like right here. Like if we click right here, I want the cursor to be there. If we click right here, I want the cursor to be there. But we'll figure all this stuff out later. But yeah, for next time we're gonna say next time continue with drag and a drop. I'm probably going to do this off camera and then come back. Actually, maybe not, because we're at a point, like the only reason I did this off camera was because we had like two fail episodes in a row. You can't have 3 fail episodes in a row. That'd be tic-tac-toe against me. You know what I'm saying? We got to have only if 2 fails max, and then I'm gonna go take it to the behind the scenes, because we gotta go forward. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to be watching me fail 10 times in a row. You don't need to be watching me fail 3 times in a row. 2 times is plenty to get the point across that this is hard work. Work. Anyway, yeah, whatever. So there's that, and we'll see you next time.